and welcome to What's Happening Now. I'm your host, Jenny Leiker, and we have some guests here today to tell us about some great things that are going on in our community and in our area in the month of January. Now, the first guest I have with me is Jackie Fleming. Welcome, Jackie.
Thank you, Jenny.
We are here to talk about this really amazing fundraiser for the Humane Society in Hayes called the Super Bowl. So tell us a little bit about the Super Bowl event.
Well, the Super Bowl event is our biggest fundraiser of the year. So what we do is we have a soup making contest, and we ask local chefs or anyone that wants to participate and be a chef to come in and participate in the contest. And the way it works is each chef or group of chefs will produce about 10 gallons of soup, and they'll bring them to the event, and then we sell tickets where anyone in the community can buy a ticket to come out and sample the soups. Each person is given just a small sample cup that they can take around to all the different booths, try each one, decide which one they'd actually like to make their bowl of, and then they turn that sample cup in and will receive a bowl of whichever soup they prefer. Now, in addition to that, we will give each person a set of 5 tickets that they can use to vote for their favorite soup. So you don't have to vote for the same soup with all 5 tickets. You might have liked one and another one and another one, so you can place those tickets in whichever booth you wish, and then that's how we'll determine the winner of the event.
And now, what is the name of the award that people are given?
It is the Golden Label, the coveted Golden Label.
Well, absolutely. People love to win that Golden Ladle, right? And I asked you to come today because I've participated in this event myself. It's been a few years, but it was so much fun. And I am by no means a chef, and it was a group of women and myself from Nex-Tech. So there are sometimes businesses that'll get together and participate. Like you said, doesn't have to be a chef. You might have a family recipe ride or something that you've created. And from what I understand, it's not full yet, right? The chefs?
That is correct. We are looking for some more chefs for this year. We'll always take as many as we can get. But you're right, we have a wonderful mix of, we have businesses that like to form groups and participate, and then we also have just individuals or a group of friends that might want to come out and just support the Humane Society. And I did that last year myself, actually. It was the first year I participated, and a friend of mine, we went together and made soup, and we also made some desserts. If you want to help raise some additional funds, you can make some desserts and bring them out and sell them as well. So we did it, and we were just amazed at the turnout and how much fun it was, and it was just great to support such a wonderful cause that meant so much to us.
It is, and the Humane Society of the High Plains is a great thing for us to have in this area. I don't know how many thousands of cats and dogs that they take in each year. I read somewhere, I think it was close to 10,000 that were taken in last year. I might have been making that up, but
no, that sounds about right. And you know, it is amazing how many animals go through there and how many animals they are able to find homes for. It's fantastic, and you know, I can attest to it. I've got a success story of my own of a couple of dogs that we adopted from there that have just, you know, transformed our lives. They're just such a wonderful part of our family, and if it hadn't been for the Humane Society, you know, these animals would not have had a shot at the life that they have.
You're right. And I actually have a couple of cats that I got from there too. I actually went in to get one cat, and they had buy one get one free days, so I came home with 2. But but I love them, and they're great partners. But the Super Bowl is so much fun, and it doesn't cost very much to get in, I don't think. How much is it to buy a ticket to go to the event?
Tickets are just $5 for the event, and that again gets you the sample cup to try all of the different soups, and then it also gets you a bowl of soup. Now, if you choose to purchase some desserts at the various booths, those will be additional. Typically, they start around $1, just depends. Each booth will price theirs separately. And then we'll also have some opportunities there for some raffles that we'll be giving away, door prizes and things like that we can raise some additional funds with.
So it's a great cause, and getting your stomach filled for $5 is pretty affordable, and you know you're helping something good. And to be able to try 20 different of some of the best soups you've ever had, and then get a whole bowl of it later on. I was reading about some of the kinds that were there last year, and of course there's chilies. I think the winner last year was maybe something like a creamy broccoli or something kind of like that. Does that sound familiar?
Yes.
And there's, tortilla soups and something for everybody, really. But it's just fun. People really enjoy going around and visiting with the different chefs, and so it sounds like you're looking to find people that want to attend, and then we still need some chefs. So how will people go about signing up or getting more information? Where should they go to get that?
There's a couple of things that you could do if you're looking for some more information. One, you can always call the shelter and they can give you some additional information. Two, if you know any of us board members, you can always get a hold of us and we can get you some additional information. Send you an email. We've got a letter that kind of outlines what we need each chef or group of chefs to do so that they have an understanding. We do ask them to submit their recipes ahead of time because we'll also put together a cookbook of all of the recipes that are made that day, and those will be for sale at the event as well. I believe those cookbooks are $5 additional, so just another little way we can bring in some extra revenues for the shelter. Because the money we make from this event goes towards offsetting our everyday expenses, and one of those biggest expenses is vet care.
Absolutely.
The shelter might spend between $1,200 and $1,700 a month just in vet care for the animals that come in. So between that and food and just maintaining the shelter, there's a lot of expenses that go on, and this really can go a long ways towards making sure those animals receive the care they deserve.
That's right. So come on out. No, you know what we forgot? It's January 25th. It's at the Ellis County Fairgrounds from 11 to 1. So either come out and support this event and try some soups out, or be a chef yourself and sign up. We'll be right back with some more guests to talk about some great places you can visit in Kansas.
Hi, Brett from Nex-Tech here. I just wanted to take a second to talk to you about Nex-Tech HD. If you have a high-def TV and don't subscribe to HD programming, you are really missing out. Nex-Tech offers more than 90 amazing channels in high definition, all of your favorite movies, sports, and more. Having a high-def TV without the HD programming, it's like ordering a hamburger without the meat. So come on guys, let's make your TV happy. Stop by or call a Nex-Tech office today and sign up for Nex-Tech HD.
Sports, food, fitness, and fun. The all-new Nex-Tech Local 1 has something for everyone.
Starting December 1st, Channel 100 will be moving to Channel 1 to bring you local content in just one click. From cooking shows to bingo and high school sports, it's all here on Nex-Tech, and you can check the guide for upcoming programs. Tune into Channel 1 starting December 1st on Nex-Tech.
Hi, I'm Farron, and our products and people are here for you.
Great deals, huge inventory, local buyers and sellers, easy and free to use. Everything you love about the Nex-Tech Classifieds now in the palm of your hand. Download the Nex-Tech Classifieds app for Android and iPhone today.
Hi, Brett from Nex-Tech here. Have you ever missed your favorite TV show? Been interrupted while watching a movie? Do you ever wish you could just pause live TV? If so, Nex-Tech Whole Home DVR is perfect for you. DVR is awesome because it's easy. You can record a single show, an entire series. You can even tell it to only record new episodes. Plus, you can start and watch those recordings from any TV in your home. Call Nex-Tech today and get DVR. Trust me, you're gonna love it.
My life is pretty busy. I'm a mom, a grandma, and I manage a restaurant. I love where I work, and I love spending time with my family. I watch my grandchildren in the summer, and with all that I've got going on, time is really important to me. That's why I like Nex-Tech's bundled services. Everything is on one bill, and it gets paid automatically. It's a great time saver. Plus, I get discounts for bundling.
Hi, I'm Neva from Nex-Tech, and our bundled services are here for you.
I like our DVR because it works in every room. The HD looks great for sports, and I like how easy it is to rent on-demand movies. But the best thing about Nex-Tech TV is that we try to do even more than what our customers would expect to make sure their experience is great. I'm Joe, Nex-Tech Engineering Technician. Our products and our people are here for you.
Hi, and welcome back to What's Happening Now. And I have two new guests with me here today to talk about two great places that you can visit in Kansas, and they are representatives from the Historical Society. I have Connie Schmeidler with me and Tammy Younger. Welcome so much, and thank you for coming today. We're going to talk about a couple of neat places that really people can visit any time of the year, but we thought this would be a great time to highlight them because there are so many things that people can do in Kansas that they don't necessarily know about. Now, the first one that we wanted to talk about today was the Fort Hays State Historic Site, and both of you are educational representatives for the historic site here in Hays. Is that right?
Yes, that's right. Yes.
Okay, so tell me, this is such a neat thing that we have in Hays, the fort. That's what everybody here calls it, is the fort. And what can you tell me about the history of the fort?
Well, the fort actually began in 1867, and they were actually out here for because of the Indian Wars. They were trying to build a railroad from Kansas City to Denver, basically, and they needed soldiers out here to protect the railroad workers and the people that were all moving out, and they were moving people out in western Kansas really fast. It was only here for 22 years. That it didn't take very long to get the Indians out of here, and so they started closing the forts down. But it was a huge military installation. There were actually 45 main buildings there, spread out on about 65 acres of land. And today we just have 4 of those original buildings, but we're lucky to have the 4 original buildings that we have.
Absolutely. So what are the 4 buildings that are left?
Okay, the 4 buildings we have left, we have 2 of the officers' quarters where the officers would have lived with their families, and those are fully furnished houses. And then we have the guardhouse, which was the jail for the soldiers. When the soldiers would get in trouble, they would have to go to jail. And then we also have the blockhouse, which was built to be their defensive structure. It had little rifle slots in the walls where they could be inside there and shoot out if they were attacked by the Indians. But in the first year that they were actually out here, they decided that they were so sure the Indians would not attack the fort that they turned the building into their headquarters. So we've got the headquarters. And it's actually, the blockhouse is the oldest building in northwest Kansas.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. That's so interesting. Are they made out of limestone like a lot of things around here are? Or?
The guardhouse and the blockhouse are both made out of limestone. And the reason the blockhouse, since it was the first building they were building, they didn't have any wood out here yet. And the railroad had just they started building the blockhouse out of stone because that's what was available. And then as soon as the railroad got to Hays, which was pretty early in the fort's life, they started shipping out all the wood, and the houses are actually, the officers' quarters are somewhat prefab buildings.
Oh wow.
So they were actually bringing out some prefab stuff out here.
I never knew that we had prefabricated buildings that long ago. That's so interesting.
And they're beautiful, and the houses are really beautiful. They made them really nice for the officers and their families.
And the furnishings inside, are any of them from the original buildings, or how were they acquired?
Most of the stuff we have is from the time period, and it's all part of the Kansas Historical Society's collection. So people over the years have been donating lots and lots of things to the Historical Society. So we have the stuff is in the right period from this 1860s to 1890. And then some things we do have that were actually at the fort. And they were acquired mainly donations. People donated these things back. They had bought them perhaps when they had a big auction and sold the buildings, sold everything that was in them after the fort got closed. And then we've got some chairs that were from the enlisted men's barracks that some people had given back. And then we have a really neat bookcase that was made in the quartermaster's department.
Oh, wow.
We also have a washstand that was made in the quartermaster's department. And then, let's see, what else?
The table.
The table is also, yes.
Came out of one of the barracks.
Yeah, and then I think the little humidor too was supposed to have been at Fort Hays. So they were smoking cigars back then, I guess. We had needed a place to keep the cigars.
Absolutely, the officers probably needed their
Yes.
relaxation at night. Yeah. Well, I was reading that there was actually a flood in 1867, and I believe I read that the fort actually had been moved a little bit from its original location. Is that right?
Yeah, it was actually 13 miles east of Fort Hays, where it is now, over by Walker. And they were built right. They kind of had. It wasn't a real built fort like it is. It was a lot of tents and things, and they had a flood there, and some people were killed. And so they actually died in the flood, and they moved the fort actually across the creek, and then they realized it really wasn't going to be close enough to the railroad to do what they wanted it to do, which was be a big supply depot for the other forts in western Kansas. So they actually moved it to the location that it's at today.
Well, there's so much more about it that we won't even have time to talk about today, but that's why we're here, is we want people to come visit. There's an amazing visitor center there on site as well, too.
Yeah.
And there's events that you have, even though we're here to talk about January events, there's a holiday event December 5th. Is that right, December 5th?
December 5th and 6th, actually. And it's called Christmas Pass. I might even let Connie talk a little bit about Christmas Pass.
We've had it for probably 30 years. I don't know exactly the number, but it's our most successful event. People come out every single year. It's free admission, and we have all the sidewalks lit with luminaries and candles, and we have carolers and Father Christmas and things like that. So it's really a fun event.
It sounds wonderful. Well, to learn more about the fort, they can visit the state's website, I would imagine, correct?
That's right.
And what is the web address?
That is kshs.org is the Historical Society, and then you can get to all the historic sites from that page.
And what are the hours that the fort is open?
We are open 9 to 5 Wednesday through Saturday. Okay, Wednesday through Saturday, 9 to 5.
Wonderful. Well, I would encourage you, if you have not had an opportunity to visit the fort yet, it's just really fascinating, and it's one of the great places, I would say, that we have in Northwest Kansas. So come on out and visit these two lovely ladies and learn more about the fort. And we'll be right back to talk about another great historic site in Kansas.
You can now stay in touch with technology by viewing Nex-Tech University classes on demand. Simply hit the On Demand button on your remote, arrow to the Rentals icon, and select OK. Then arrow down to the Nex-Tech University free class group and press select. You now have an abundance of classes, webinars, and gadget updates to watch for free whenever you choose. Just highlight and select a session on the right, choose the rental option and enter your PIN, usually 0000 unless you have it updated, and click Rent. Sit back and take in the knowledge.
There's nothing like getting your new cell phone, playing with the new features, being amazed at the advancements, until an even newer one comes out. Who wants to wait 2 years to upgrade their phone? Now you don't have to. With the Nex-Tech Wireless Buyback Program, we'll buy back your cell phone no matter what provider it came from and give you credit, up to $300. It's the Nex-Tech Wireless Buyback Program, another great reason you'll love Nex-Tech Wireless.
Oh, hey, it's me, Brett from Nex-Tech. I was just checking out all the awesome stuff you can get for free with subscription on demand. You can watch extra programming, movies, and more from many of the channels you already subscribe to. Catch up on new episodes of your favorite shows. Plus, HBO subscribers can watch all of their favorites on HBO Go. There's tons of great stuff out there. Visit your menu and see everything that you can get for free with Nex-Tech subscription on demand.
There's nothing like getting your new cell phone. Ever notice how you love your new cell phone until a new one comes out? Who wants to wait 2 years to upgrade their phone? Introducing the Nex-Tech Wireless Buyback Program. We'll buy back your cell phone no matter what provider it came from and give you credit, up to $300, to buy the new phone you really want. It's the Nex-Tech Wireless Buyback Program, another great reason you'll love Nex-Tech Wireless.
Restaurants, gyms, salons, libraries, and more. Nex-Tech has over 100 free Wi-Fi hotspots to keep you connected.
Hey Nex-Tech customer, we all know that watching TV at home is great, but did you know that you can take your TV on the road with you with TV Everywhere? There are nearly 30 channels to choose from. Watch American Pickers on History, news
Zach,
on
do you wanna
Fox
come back?
News, movies on Lifetime, whatever you want. TV Everywhere is another great feature for Nex-Tech TV customers. Visit nextech.com/TV Everywhere to register. Nex-Tech, our products and our people are here for you.
Hi, and welcome back to What's Happening Now. And I have Connie and Tammy here with me still from the Historic Society. And there's another amazing place in Kansas that I would guess a lot of people have never heard of. And the name of this place that we wanted to have you on to talk about is the Pawnne Indian Museum. Now you both work here here in Hayes at the fort, but you were so gracious to come. Richard, is it Gould?
Gould.
Is the site administrator, but he has to actually stay there and work. Is he the only person that's at that location?
Yes.
So I'm so appreciative of you coming and telling us a little bit more about the Pawnne Indian Museum. So I guess just to start with, what can you tell us about the museum?
Well, it's located up in Republic, which is in the northern part of the state. It is, the building itself, the Pawnne Indian Museum, was built on top of a village site. And after they built the museum in 1969, then they went ahead and excavated that village site. And so the entire museum, the whole floor, is actually one earth lodge. The Pawnne Indians were a little bit different than the Plains Indians around here in that they lived in teepees occasionally when they were out hunting buffalo, but otherwise in their permanent location, they lived in earth lodges, which were actually quite huge. They were between 25 and 60 feet in diameter, and they would hold 30 to 50 people in each one. You know, extended members of their family would all live together. And so the museum is very wonderful because they excavated this site and left all the things that they found there on the floor. And so people can come and they can see, you know, the excavation site itself. Also on the grounds, they excavated 22 other lodges that people can see the remains of that. The artifacts that were taken from there are on display in the museum itself.
That is, it's so fascinating. We all do kind of think of teepees, but these lodges must be really something.
Yes.
And I was reading that it was settled in the late 1700s. They said and I was reading the website for the Historical Society. They said in the winter over 1,000 Indians were sometimes at this location.
Yes.
So there was a large population of people there.
Yes, it was very large. Actually, the Pawnne Indian, in the late 18th century, they numbered 20,000. When they were moved onto their reservation in Oklahoma in 1875, their numbers were only 600. They had been decimated by diseases, you know, that the white men brought, smallpox, cholera, things like that. But slowly they're building their numbers back up. But
well, that is good to know. And there's something really special there as far as an artifact that I was reading about, and it's called a sacred bundle. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
What do you know about the sacred
bundle? I don't really know exactly what's in it. It's not allowed to be photographed, but it's on the site. The Pawnne women actually owned the sacred bundle, but the men were the only ones that could use it in their religious ceremonies. And so it has never been opened, and it's on display at the altar. The altar was actually towards the rear of the lodge itself, and so it's on display. People can see it, but it's never been. It doesn't get opened.
It's a secret.
Yeah, and it can't be photographed.
So you just have to kind of imagine what kind of things they might have used in their ceremonies, and and from what I understand, it was donated to the museum from a woman that maybe had used to be a Pawnne, is what I had read, which is such a blessing to have something like that, because
it is, because it's very rare. Yeah,
it does sound like it's very special. So, as far as visiting the museum, do you know what hours people are able to go to the Indian Museum?
He is open Tuesday through Saturday, 9 to 5. And so they can stop in anytime. His admission is $5 for adults and $1 for students, the same as we are at Fort Hays.
And that's really a bargain.
It really is.
Either of the places.
Yes.
And I think on New Year's Day they might even be having some free coffee or pastries or something like that. Or not New Year's Day. Was it Kansas Day? That's right, Kansas Day.
Yes,
so.
Kansas Day. Richard is doing the same thing at Pawnne Indian Museum that we are doing at Fort Hays. Our admission that day will be free, and refreshments we will have for visitors. So.
Well, wonderful. Well, Kansas Day is on January 29th, and so I think that'd be a great day to go and visit and get in for free and learn more about both the fort, or if you're up by Republic, to go see this Pawnne Indian Museum, because it's a great treasure that we have in Kansas that a lot of people don't know about.
That's true.
Well, thank you so much for telling us more about some historical places in our state. And where could people go to just learn more in general about some of the historic sites that we have?
They can actually look at the website for the Kansas Historical Society, and there are 16 different historic sites actually that the state runs. I think that's the right number. We were debating on that, but there's a lot. So most of them are in eastern Kansas, so we don't have a whole lot out here in western Kansas, but we have the Cottonwood Ranch is also up in Studley, Kansas. That's another historic site. But if you go to their website, you can learn about all the sites, and they have got so much more information also for genealogy and any kind of research. They've done just millions of pages of newspapers they have got online now, of Kansas newspapers, and then they've got a thing called Kansas Memory that is really good too, that you can just learn lots of good stuff. And they're starting to do 360 pictures that you can actually rotate artifacts around that you can look at online, so you can actually see the entire thing instead of just a flat picture of it.
Well, that all sounds so interesting, and I hope that everyone will take a moment to either visit these sites or visit the website, and we'll be back to go back over everything we've learned today.
Hi, Brett from Nex-Tech here. I just wanted to take a second to talk to you about Nex-Tech HD. If you have a high-def TV and don't subscribe to HD programming, you are really missing out. Nex-Tech offers more than 90 amazing channels in high definition, all of your favorite movies, sports, and more. Having a high-def TV without the HD programming, it's like ordering a hamburger without the meat. So come on, guys, let's make your TV happy. Stop by or call a Nex-Tech office today and sign up for Nex-Tech HD.
Sports, food, fitness, and fun. The all-new Nex-Tech Local 1 has something for everyone.
Starting December 1st, Channel 100 will be moving to Channel 1 to bring you local content in just one click. From cooking shows to bingo and high school sports, it's all here on Nex-Tech, and you can check the guide for upcoming programs. Tune into Channel 1 starting December 1st on Nex-Tech.
Hi, I'm Farron, and our products and people are here for you.
Well, we've learned some really great things today about some events that are going on in Kansas in January, or great places you can really visit anytime. Again, the Super Bowl fundraiser for the Humane Society of the High Plains will be on January 25th in Hays from 11 to 1, and you can visit the other sites anytime. Thanks for watching.
Restaurants, gyms, salons, libraries, and more. Nex-Tech has over 100 free Wi-Fi hotspots to keep you connected.